We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another of my streams. I'm Jan Dvorak, aka Storyteller or Storyteller CZ. And today is all going to be about Hacktoberfest. Let me just make sure that we also post it on some other places that I normally do. Forgot one. Let's put it onto the Meteor Slack channel. There we go. And let's jump right into it probably. So for those of you who don't know, Hacktoberfest is a monthly celebration of open source, and the goal is for you to start hacking and contribute for pull requests, and you will get some rewards for that. For me, don't really care about that much. I do want to do the writing challenge. And let's see what else do we have here. We have DigitalOcean as the founder, Cloudflare as helping there, and we have Holopin. That's where you get badges. So if you assume you can get some GitHub stuff. Let's see. Let's see rewards. Here we go. Customizable badge for Holopin. That's common. And that's it. Okay, that looks like that's a serious downgrade from previous years as well. Which, yeah, that's how it looks like. Sadly, because it started like very well, we're not gonna see, but I'm wearing one of the OG Hacktoberfest t-shirts. This is from 2019 when they were still sending them out and doing some other things. Sadly, that has diminished primarily because of influx of spammers or people who are just going to do it just to get some free t-shirt, and their quality was in the gutter, and it was just annoying to to maintainers, which meant that a lot of people or repositories kind of went away from Hacktoberfest because it just increased their workload and did not contribute anything of significance. Sadly, for say quite a few things, it's still the case. I think even like in Meteor, we are seeing people who come like just out of nowhere, and which is fine, but then they want to contribute and are unable to because or they are like creating issue. Oh, we can make this nicer on the presentational website, which is not in the repository, so they haven't even been paying attention on what's actually going on there. So you can see here so far my contribution, and in one day one of them that was merged will be kind of accepted. This one is for, you could say, company stuff, so that's not a non-participating repository. And I have a few more, but today I'll be looking at contributing more stuff, and to see what if there's anything interesting to find and contribute. And we shall see how we can help there. So let's take a look over here. Some of the recent issues to quickly let's see what we have here for the flow router. And guys, if you want me, uh, to work on some specific issues, that send me the links, or send me the comments where I should go to look for in the comments, and or in the chat or whatever, and I'll be happy to go in and work on something specific that somebody needs. Hi, Lori. We have Lori from Weekender. How are you? So let's see. Okay, this is specific to that part, so I don't think I'll be able to really go much into it, and kind of Jankus further on it, so I will not be interrupting that. So let's quickly check here this pull request, and okay, okay, this is it's not what it up. Change look. This thing. Guys, don't try to play too smart with me. I might not be like the top of the top, but I think I can kind of see here. Okay, so yeah, it's just here extra dependency, which I think theoretically is not needed. So we are getting this dependency from Babel preset meteors. This is just like part of, you could say, modernization attempts, which there's a lot of space for that in Meteor, where we can do where we can modernize a lot of things. So one trick how to get here is to use good first issue and kind of see where. Oh, this one has already been worked at, I'm pretty sure. Yes, that's what that is. That has been in that has been merged, and it should be closed now. Oh man, it's a bit annoying to figure out where everything goes. This was we have to do a little bit of investigation. It's one big thing that we want to also prevent is that somebody else does the duplicate work. So let's just do Firefox OS. Okay, just Firefox. Here we go. This is the issue. And here is a really crafty thing, development. And if you're in the PR, you should be able to. Why is this not working? I'm prove and run this. We're just in the issue, so let's retrace that. Label good first issue. Also potential, I think, Hacktoberfest as well. So 13.1. Or we can try the other way around. So okay, that's interesting. It rarely happens, but it sometimes happens that you cannot link those two together. So it doesn't have anything assigned, and we really want to link those two together so that we know what's happening. Guys, if you just put it like here into the title, that's not really helping. You need to put it in a comment so that it makes the link. Let's try this. Let's try this. No. For some reason, though, sometimes it's, annoying that it doesn't want to do that. Now, if I go to this issue, you will see here that it's linked here. So that way it's ready. So let's go here and see what else can we do. Documentation for the browser, admin browser version. Let's actually, Evil Ross is seen him for years around, not so much lately, but let's see. Let's take a look on this because this is just a simple documentation. And again, this is something that you can do in many other things. And this would be a good investigation about this function. So I have a lot of stuff open. Let me switch here to the Meteor repository. And let's see, you can see I am on a already a branch. So let's discard this. What view development? And we'll jump right on the latest 3.04. Oh, we have a beta out. Nice. Though I would like to see a bit more stuff in the beta, specifically the latest node. But that's not something that I can influence. So set minimum version, let's call it docs set minimum browser version. And let's see what we can do here with that. Here we go. Let's first find where this is all about and read up more about this functionality. Okay, so it's going to be a bit more. This is a bit more in the weeds, to be honest. And okay, we'll have to be more specific of what we are looking for. There we go. So it's defined. Here we have the type description. We do see here maybe how it's being used, or maybe not. Yes. So let us do this. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. The current documentation has no real explanation of the modern browsers package or the important set minimum browser version function. It's only the only mention of it are in the changelog notes of for 1.7. This will be, I think we'll have to do, maybe is it v2 docs now? Yes. And blog post about Meteor 1.7 and the Evergreen Dream. I saw an issue when recompiling an npm package and was trying to figure out how to configure set minimum browser versions. I should be added to documentation. I'd be happy with some PR and can get guidance on where, if I can get guidance where it should go in the docs. Given everything, this is from July. Let's get started on it. So we have the docs. Let us double check it's not the old docs. Doesn't look like it. So we have here source packages. And we'll just copy an existing package. If we look at the docs today, for API, or under here under packages. Let's see, there's nothing under modern. So let's get into that. Modern browsers package. Probably best if we copy an existing one. Let's go with random modern browsers. You have the API boxes and everything. So go modern browsers. Let's take a look on Atmosphere. And let's start with this. So we have this already. We'll be adding that to, let's see, there should be some sort of menu, but I think it might be automatic in order for us to kind of see where the docs are. Let's see here. So also I'll do a quick check if we can update any dependencies, because that's always an issue. Is it still hexo? Doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right, or is it? Yeah, this is definitely the wrong one. These are the old docs. Not that, I'm not going to update the dependencies here. That's a different story altogether. but we need to find where are the modern ones documentation. Where is that all about? Okay, W3 docs. There we go. So there it's docs, packages. Again, we'll use the random as our starter. Modern browsers. That's even simpler. And you can just skip this here. This will no longer be needed. And now we actually need to take a look on to the modern browsers package to see what we can read out of that. And we also want to then check out the article. So, question from Rory, what are legacy browsers that work? I presume using i11 does not work using with Meteor 3. That's a good question. I haven't really run into that, thankfully, lately. But in theory, it should still work. I don't have a way to test it because there is this, which we'll be delving into soon. This package should define kind of how to when to polyfill specific specific functionality of the modern modern browsers. So modern browsers, and yes, so let us go here. This map defines aliasing behavior in a generic way which still permits minimum versions to be specified for a specific browser family. Okay. The major version number of Chromium and headless Chrome track with the release of Chrome Dev kind of unstable, so we should be okay to alias them to Chrome in generic sense. Chromium is particularly important to list here since unlike macOS builds, Linux builds list Chromium in the user agents along with Chrome. So that's how this works. If a call to set minimum browser version specifies Edge, which is IE12, as a minimum version, that means no version of Internet Explorer pre-Edge should be classified as modern. Edge, i.e. alias, is effectively enforceless, that logic, because there is no IE12. Because Edge has pretty much Chromium. And we have here the Firefox. We'll also have Firefox iOS soon. And this is pretty much just aliasing. Okay, if you get this, then pretty much use this in our alias. Okay. Already, since I'm here, I'm going to do these for off loops. Yes. Because that is faster. Come on. Faster than for each and similar. So just making a tiny performance improvements. So here we have important function is modern, which determines if we should consider the browser modern and don't really need to apply any of polyfills for modern functions, or if we actually have to do that. Then we have set minimum browser version. Okay. Let's see, where is the export? I want to see what is being exported here, or is not. Okay, that's interesting. Get minimum. There is no export. There's also no ECMAScript here, which is that doesn't sound correct. Because if we use cons and all that stuff, we should be using ECMAScript in theory, especially if we are talking about all the versions. So this is interesting, and nothing is being exported. So this is I'm tad confused about how this is getting here. But here you can see here, generator functions, template literals, and you see here like the minimum versions where they should be polyfilled and everything. So classes, but we have like only 4, which is like again another one. If you're watching, this is maybe something that you might want to look into yourself, that you might be able to add here some extra stuff. But I'm getting a bit okay. Oh, here we go. Exports is modern. Set minimum browser version. Get minimum browser version. Calculate has minimum browser version. Okay. So let's start. Let's start with that. And what I want to do here is we want to use JS docs. So apologies, everybody. I think I will have to stop for a bit because there is an annoying bug flying around, which I will have to kill in a moment. But let's see. Let's returns Boolean. Param browser. Okay. String. Or is it? Yes. And now I just need to copy over these. And I need to do one more check. This is all on the server. So we have here the special locus server. And now what we should be able to do in our here, instead of random, let's see, figure out how that one is going to get called here. But it should be something along the lines of view appearance. Let me just increase the size of that. Modern browsers is modern. I have to figure that in a little bit. And let's see, we do also have here, let's add it. Just very quickly like that. And we do have, oh no, it's just a star. And we do have local server again. We have then param versions, which is a string, I'm guessing. Source. Actually, no. It should be maybe. Oh, no, I am not sure exactly what version is. Let's see what is source here. What? Not sure either yet. And package depends on the minimum browser package. You can call this function to communicate its expectation for the minimum browser version that qualify as modern. The final decision between the web browser legacy and web browser. This is the builds. So let's be more web browser builds will be based on the maximum of all requested minimum version for each browser. And I don't think it returns anything. Okay. And then we have here the function get minimum browser versions. I'll have to see what that one is specifically. But now, first of all, let's see on our docs. Let's do a patch update on them. And we'll be using Node 20 to do the installation. Oh, no, it's Node 18. Interesting. That's let's take a look. Actually, if I do here the update, we have any major version to upgrade here. Prettier. We have a different ESLints, yikes. Of course, TypeScripts, nodes, and Babel. But what is the... Okay, here we have the generate JS docs. That's that. And code generation. So it's VitPress at version 1. I'll have to go into docs. Okay, so I'm actually at the top for some reason instead of... Oh, so the meteor itself. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, definitely now at this stage, I have not a PR just upgrading this thing. And all the other things here. So I think, yeah, this is something that's not really upgraded much. You target minor. Let's do this upgrade here, and that will be another PR that I can then submit. See, already a few things. So we have unable to resolve dependency. could not resolve, so it needs to be the TypeScript ESLint things, which we can have at version 6 because we are now already there. So let's quickly do that. See if that's enough. No. ESLint conflict pre-tier 8. Could not resolve dependency because Vasco wants a better version. ESLint config pre-tier 9.1. More issues. Yikes. ES plugin pre-tier should be at version 5. Let's do that. Just quickly get this out. We'll have that as another pull request. SMG pre-tier wants pre-tier 3. Sure. Let's see if I can install now. Yep, looks like we've resolved those. Let's see if any of those deprecated warnings are on the top version here. No. And if we look at the CU, we still have a few TypeScript things and ESLint that we can go, but I think ESLint 9 is a bit more challenging to code style from ESLint. Yes. Is code style based on pre-tier on this project? Yes. Okay, I hope. Okay, we are just getting into a loop here, so screw that. I just do now here. Go away. So now, interestingly, though, that was in with 3 docs, so that was it was kind of going one package up, which is very interesting. So let's look here. WordPress can be updated. Same thing with JS docs and view collapsed. Let's do just a patch update at the minimum. We'll have to look what's probably, we could probably go all the way, but let's stick with small upgrades at a time because then that will just make it more complicated. Right, so now we have to install the docs here and pm run generate the JS docs. Let's see if we can find here very quickly packages. Let's see if there's a specific list here. Okay, so not. Okay, exclude. So our package is included, so it should be fine. npm ram code gen. Let's just go through all of this. Okay. And npm run docs dev. And let's see 5173. Let's see. Okay, we have that. Let's go to API or actually packages. And it's not here. So we have nothing special here. So we actually need to figure out how to add it into the menu. So if you know WordPress, you probably will be better. You will be better at this. Layout, redirects, config. Here we go, navigation, ecosystem, collections, check session. Okay. Packages. So we need to add it manually. Okay. So modern browsers. And here, same thing, modern browsers. And we go back here, packages, and here we have modern browsers. Let us double check here, packages, modern browsers. Let's just get rid of this for a little bit to see if that helps. Yes, so that is indeed working as expected. And now we just need to figure out how to get here the API box. How do we get those in? So if I go to let's go to compare it to a random. So oops, I don't understand why. You see what? Okay, what WebStorm was doing. We want to check packages random. And we want to see how. So we have here main. Let's do this like that. Okay, so here it is. Here's the name. We need to add name to it. And there is a summary, and we have the locus, as I mentioned before. So for here, have the name. Let's just call it modern browsers. And we'll just give it like that. This is set minimum browser version. Then here is the description. And of course, I forgot to copy that. Finally, is modern and description. So let's generate this again. Let's put it here. And we should be able to do an API box like this, put that here. And we do have wait, did I set get and then here is the calculate hash of minimum version, but that one is not yet there. So let's see if this works. It does not. Again, nope. No, I want to do the code gen first. So the name is fitting. Packages, modern browsers, and it's not going to get me there because there is some sort of an error. JSDocs key modern browsers is modern not found. Refer to data.js for available keys. Data.js. Let's see, modern. It's that's under meteor is modern. So that it's modern. Well, the question is if this gets assigned to maybe this is getting assigned to meteor object itself, then the rest not so much. Mm-hmm. But why doesn't it? Why doesn't it find it? So let's see. I'm going to look for. Okay. Yeah, there's like no specific definition. So let's widen the search a bit. Client is modern under. This might be independent then of. Actually, no. Like, look at this modern test. But that's in the package itself. So. And it's coming from here. We have it here in the test, but for the modern up here, it's. This is Cordova is. All right, everyone. Apologies. I'm back. I had to restart my computer. It froze for some reason. Maybe I had too many things going on, but still, it just happens once in a while for when I'm coding. Not sure why. But let's get where we left off, trying to figure out the API boxes, which is something you don't have to know how to get in if you want to contribute to the documentation with pretty much anything that regards that where you need the API information. It's also good. Okay, here we go. We're back here, and so let's again try the code generator, but also let's try add name to see if I am missing something special there, but probably not. Let's see over here. Name, summary, locus. On and on it goes, but yeah, and you want to kind of have these both in. Let's see if we can do it like this. Name. Let's you do this. Modern browsers. That. So again, that should be. That should be really. What we need. Let me get here. Oh, was it A3 docs, npm runs run docs dev. So with all of that, bug I was trying to hunt in the intermission is back. There's actual real bug flying around here, not. Okay. So we are comparing this to the random package. Data here. We'll do random dot. So it generates all of that, and let's see, do we have any modern or anything like that? No, only the stupid is modern. So let's see where we can figure out where this is coming from. JS docs. SH goes up, it goes through it, everything. Summary borrows namespace, member of alias. And yeah, call git grep to find all JS files with the appropriate comment tag and only then pass it to docs, which will parse the JS files. This is a whole lot faster than calling JS docs recursively. So what it does is then it first figures out which files it should get to it. Top there's at summary borrows namespace member of alias. So we need to have a summary there as well in order to be recognized. Name. So that might be why there might it might be missing. Was it summary or description? Is it? It's summary. Okay. So that's why it might have been wrong previously. So now, in theory, I use code generation. It throws me these errors, which is good. Line 138, which is over here. And we can probably describe here the, what does it do? Get return minimum versions. Object grade null. And minimum versions then get populated, I'm guessing. Minimum versions lowercase name, which so that would be not an object, but version string. And what's within there? Or lowercase name. Just a name of lowercase versions. We'll have to test this out in a other place to kind of get understanding of all of this, to put it through its paces. So that will have then be version string and source. Yes, so that's what we have here. Get the object that lists minimum versions of, let's just keep things creates a hash for of minimum versions. Let's just like really be super non-descriptive. This should be fine. So we won't have any errors. Okay. There we go. And I'm getting, of course, all the freaking updates. And let's see if we can get this to display. Still not getting it to display. Why is that? Handheld rendering execution of render. Set Parent version is not registered on the map. Here is the error. That's useless error. So I am thinking that maybe I'll just start this from scratch, just in case that there is any other things that it needs to do. Oh, wait. Yeah, dogs deaf. Oh, exit with error. That's new. Mm-hmm. F text types expression from source in line 144 with tag title, return, and text. Okay, so it's, yeah, it doesn't know what to do with this. Let's just do an object. Okay, what was the command again? Dogs deaf. Moment of truth. Ah. Still something broken there, but we are getting closer. Primitive that we got versions. Let's see, primitive default. And it says here it's not make primitive. Looks like something in view. And I'm not an expert of Vue, so I have no idea what this is trying to tell me. Make primitive on line 88. Again, I'm not sure what's trying to tell me. And let me try to also add here this one. And let's see, we have now 4 of them. So let's get rid of 3. And let's see if we can maybe figure out. Oh, there we go. We got the first one. And we'll now slowly start adding the other ones. Okay, this one is having some issues. What about this one? Be the same. Or this. Okay, this one is in there, and that minimum browser version is an issue. So what is the potential issue here? Oh, the params here might not have a type. Apply aliases, we'll get versions. Okay, so I've guessed correctly. It's a object, and let's do that. So it generates here like, a sample code, which is interesting. Very well done. And here we go. Let's put the last one here. Yay, so we have all of them, 4 of them here now. And we have the basis to make this happen, though I think this export modern browsers may not be the correct one. We'll have to see probably then with some other person who knows better how to, or maybe let's see random. Is random working like that? I am not exactly sure, but I think we are about the time to test this out and see what's going to happen. Okay, we've got a Visual Studio Code running finally. It didn't work for quite a while for me. Meteor and Meteor create, just called modern browsers testing with the basic React skeleton, and VS Code crashed. So I guess we are back to good old modern browser testing, new window, and let us see what we can do here. So it will be all on server. So Meteor at modern browsers. And we will not need any of this. And instead, we'll have import from Meteor modern browsers. Let's see what we want to import. Can we do is modern? No. Let's see what will come out of the default export once we do run Meteor here. Discord 2 Duo laptop, Ubuntu sometimes freezes and Firefox crashes, Linux Mint included Firefox version is more stable. Yeah, I use Ubuntu, but I use Brave. So, okay, here we have the default export. So we can do just is modern set minimum. Yeah, of course, not going to work when I'm in the middle of changing the code. This and this. So I want to do is modern console there get a minimum browser versions and console there calculate hash of minimum browser versions. I'll be setting anything now. That's okay. So we have the hash here, and we have here it's fetch server para. Well, it's modern. Interesting. So we can see here that terminal is not a modern browser, or I think it might be by default false, because we might need to run it through Meteor. Is modern. So here we go. So we have here for the get minimum browser version, we can start documenting that in modern over here. Is modern? No, we want to be at the get minimum. Returns an object that lists supported browser engines and their minimum versions to be considered modern for Meteor. And with this, I also want to check in our documentation how much of the okay, we are random. Okay, so this, at least for is modern, it gives all of the information. Okay, so it gives all the information here. We have this. Oops, no. And here we have the hash of the object of minimum browser versions for caching. Oh, it can be for anything, so let's just keep it that way. And yeah, browser or let's just say connection browser header. Let's see, actually, maybe we can probably guess from testing. Okay, so it's actually an object. Which is name, which is string. Then it's going to have major, which will be number. And then we have minor and patch, which are optional. Minor, number, patch as number as well. Okay, so this is a bit of a, I'm not really sure how to say this, bit of a potential problem, but we have only limited tests here for the basic, modern browser versions, and we don't have like any get or set, or any of these are not tested. So again, if this thing is more your forte, something that you can contribute with, tests are super duper welcome. Let's see. It has not yet updated. Run code generation. Now it should update. Yes, it's object, which has this. This thing, the question is this? Okay, it has asked here for required, yes. But it's not. It's, if you don't put anything, it will just give you false. So, so maybe something more to fix. Minimum browser versions. Really add some description there. Versions, that's what it's object. Okay, I think I know now what the object here is for this. So that will be something that will be like this, it will be, the versions will be like a array. Or is it an array? So set minimum browser versions. Versions apply aliases. So versions. So it's definitely an object then. It's an object. I think I really would love to just going to do it like this, since I will not include summary, so it doesn't get put in. Versions, it is then object. Putting it in here. Let's see what else is saying. Messages for version. Params uses the same type as type, but adds parameter name. May also be declared optionally. So I don't want to suppress it. I want to for it to be fixed. So let me see if I can go to the official documentation. Param string. So by default, they should be optional though. Another optional param. So it's using these brackets in the name to make it optional. Right, that's it. That's it for those types. That's nothing else that we can do here. Sorry, it's like another screen here. So that's a bit disappointing. That is it. Or let's move things here, versions, and over here. Oh, wait, no, that was not needed. So let's do this and see if it is. That is fine. I'm also going to quickly check here some of the other locus anywhere type. No, it's the same issue, so I think it has nothing to do with param. Yeah, that just looks like a issue with the recommendation. I'm kind of wondering maybe if I put this away, if it's going to still resolve here. So let me try that. I just. Oh no, it's not going to because this is the name of it. I'll have to fix this somehow. Okay, versions. Name. I don't think this is it. Let's see. Do we have this somewhere being set? Babel get minimum browser versions. Is this somewhere set? Okay, so yes, it's. Let's copy this. Object. Cinnamon browser version. Not. Will be the function. And let's see. As for example, and we need to say here name of the browser engine and minimum version. Can reduce these. Minimum version for at which it is considered modern. And here will be the function, the function that will needs to be polyfilled if not modern. So that's my understanding of how this works. I really don't know how to do the set minimum browser version. Let's take a look at the article here about the dream of Evergreen. So this is about not leaving people behind. And here we go, some inversion. Yeah, this is exactly what he's here. Okay, so let's backtrack here a bit. The best of both bundles. With Meteor 1.7, the awkward balancing act of building a single bundle for both the newest and the oldest web browser is no longer necessary. Meteor automatically builds two sets of client-side assets, one tailored to the capabilities of modern browsers, and the other designed to work equally well in all supported browsers. So that legacy browsers can continue working exactly as they did before. This legacy bundle is equivalent to what Meteor 1.6 delivered to every browser. So the crucial difference in Meteor 1.7 essentially is that modern browsers will begin receiving code that is much closer to what you originally wrote. Best of all, the entire Meteor community relies on the same system, so any bugs and threats will be fixed. This system or browser can be loosely defined as one with full native support for async functions and all the other goodies that are at this point quite old. The precise boundary between modern SRS is designed to be tuned over time, not only by the framework itself, but also by each individual Meteor application. For example, here's how Meteor currently guarantees every modern browser supports native ECMAScript class syntax, so the Babel compiler package can avoid compiling class syntax when targeting the modern bundle. So we import the set minimum browser version, define the minimum browser versions, and if we set minimum versions for ECMAScript 2015 classes. I think it needs to be something else here, or let's see what he writes here forward. The minimum browser versions for each browser is simply the maximum of all versions passed to set minimum browser versions for that browser. The Meteor development server decides which assets to deliver to each client based on user agent string of the HTTP request. Okay. In production, different bundles are named with unique hashes. That's where we have the hash function, which eliminates the possibility of hash collisions. Though Meteor also says the very user agent HTTP response had to be well-behaved client, and so they can take care of modern capabilities. And he talks about the all the other great Meteor 1.7. That was pretty cool. So if you decide to use modern JavaScript feature that is not supported natively by all browsers that support async awaits, such as service workers, please remember to call set minimum browser versions to enforce your personal assumptions about which browser version should be considered modern. Service workers. Okay, so it's not about polyfilling the functions, but this will tell you it will. All of these new minimum versions might prevent some recent versions of Safari from receiving the modern bundle. They will ensure that every modern browser has a native implementation of service workers, useful resources to fund. Okay. So, from my understanding, what it does is Mhm. I'm still a bit unsure. So what it does is just uh, determines for that. So let's see source name of uh, the capability that requires these minimums. So it just needs to be the name there. Mm. Okay. So let us do a quick check here. We have here issue though that it's saying that it should do the same thing with random. But in case of random, I do believe it's like that. Not in the case of here. You don't do that because as we've seen, we can import this directly. So that's a bit of an issue. So we can actually, but let's finish this up. The modern and legacy JavaScript clients. You find the minimum browser versions for which a browser engine will be considered modern. Let me actually make this considered you can use these functions. You can use this package. So will be considered modern. All browsers that do not meet the threshold will receive the legacy bundle. This way you can easily keep on using modern features that you need. All right. And I think is there some way that I can? Apparently not. Okay, so this is just goes to the better. Can read more about this in Meteor 1.7 announcement blog. Yay. There we go. And there, that's it. Not a perfect one we have required to know or is modern based on what we've added there. So with that, I think we have this pull request all set. I learned something new about Meteor, which I didn't pay attention to back in the days. And we actually managed to get a few more pull requests, I would say, out of this than just that. So let's review. This is package lock. Oh, this is for docs, the old docs, which we do not want to touch. So, yes, the package. Right, WiseJS hint nbm bcrypt being added. So, definitely want to add these static HTML tools. JS hint and npm bcrypt is the core package. JS hint is deprecated. So let's see. Okay, so here it just generated the history stuff that should have been already there. That's strange. Let's see anything else from the dogs here. Modern browsers. I'll leave it at that. And this adding ECMAScript, I'll just leave aside for the moment because the only thing we are touching here is the documentation. So let's go back to our issue here. Create docs for modern browsers. Not entirely sure if this really closes the issue. That will be something more to discuss in the coming days. But at least that is the initial feature that I will be submitting here for this thing. I hope that you have learned also something new and interesting about Meteor. I definitely did. That's why I picked this issue. That's what Hacktoberfest is all about. It is about learning, hopefully, new stuff and contributing to open source. So let's just finish this entire thing. Docs for modern browsers. docs page 4. Adding a page for adding a documentation page for modern browsers package as per and let's see, it was Evleros. Feel free to expand on this and improve it per your experience. Okay. And I need to make sure here this goes to the proper release branch. So that we get only the correct change set. Otherwise, we get all the crazy things which do not make sense, like DDP, environment, mobile. No. The proper one would be here, docs. That's the one I am attaching here. With that said, I just got a quick idea for another potentially very quick pull requests. And we have here something called a labeler, which kind of prepares for you all these things based on what you are editing. It will prepare for you. So we need to add v3 docs so that we have the documentation for that gets included in that. So this one I will put from Devel. Let's see here. What else do we have here? So yeah, I'm going to switch back to Devel. I guess I'll have to stash. Not a problem. There we go. Devel, pop stash, and let's create a few branches here. Feature labeler v3 docs. Come on, switch to that branch. Let's see, I should probably, yes, I think what's happening here, it's crashing on the WebStorm part. Okay, yeah, because there's been changes here. So let's just kill that, otherwise it's not going to be happy. And yeah, we have here the labor update, include 3 docs. Let's push that through. That will have be another PR. And then we have one more, which is updating dependencies on the root of the project and resolving dependency incompatibilities. And that will be it. So we've got three pull requests out of this. Let's see. Create branch here. Feature root dependencies update. In the meantime, while we wait for the system, we can go as the title says. We can go there. And that's for tooling. Oh, no, we missed such a nice number for such a stupid PR, but that's fine. And finally, root. Need to fix that. While we still don't have any comments there. And that will be the last thing. So guys, I will be closing up. Let me know if there's like some pull request or something that you want me to look up, especially if it's a meet recommended packages where I could merge it potentially if there are no issues. And I will be happy to do that. So we have the last one here. And Nacho is also adding there some other things. Also for documentation. So that's in there. And the rest I want to dismiss for the moment because that's just a bit too much that I don't want to deal with at this point. So reset, and we have our final pull request. These in project root and resolve their conflicts. Still could potentially update further, but I kept to feature updates and then major version upgrades only when required by another dependency. Dependency English. So that goes into Devel as well. And yeah, that's 3 pull requests. Can probably label this for a milestone anywhere in 3.0. Actually, no, this one should go in as soon as possible. There's no need for anything special. So probably will not appear on Hacktoberfest right away. I'm already initiated. As you can see, it's still not there yet because they kind of have to be careful about crawling things and everything, not to overdo things. So that's where this comes from. But hopefully it will be there soon and everything. One big thing, for example, for the the documentation that I did, you can submit pull request against a pull request, or against another branch. It doesn't have to be constantly against the release branch or against the Devel branch. So, for example, if you saw that I made typos or something wrong in my documentation text that I wrote there, you can, create a branch starting uh, from this branch, fix the issues, and submit a pull request. But then you have to make sure that you change the base, aka where you want to merge this against this pull, or against this branch. So that way, we can kind of work on having like one branch which has multiple pull requests, which will then be merged together. Uh, that's how it works. And yeah, again, that's another way how you can gain additional pull requests and help move things forward. So that's that on that. Laura is asking, what is the Hacktoberfest link? Hacktoberfest.com, sending that in over here. So that's where you can find it. I think if you are contributing normally to open source, or even if not, just sign up, have it there. At the very least, you can then go in here and track, kind of have like a month in review very nicely, and maybe you will get some bonuses from that or not. And everything else that's happening around it, that's all up to your discretion. So you can either get pretty much nothing, but at the same time, it costs only like a few moments to sign up for this, or based on how much you get engaged with the community and everything else going on there, you can get quite a lot out of it if you are a maintainer of a repository, having everything set up so it can work with Hacktoberfest. Either will create you some headaches because people who have no clue and just wants to get the PR will come in and pretty much spam things, but that's against the rules, so you can punish them for that. Or you might get somebody who might find your project interesting and help you out with something. Of course, there's non-participating repositories. You explicitly have to set the repository to be participating in Hacktoberfest. So yeah, of course, there's Discord, and of course, a lot of other events. Of course, it's across all of open source, so it's not just Meteor JavaScript. It's much wider, and you can host them as well if you want to. And let's see, I think you might be able to. We have here the sponsors. I do wonder, in the past, some of the sponsors had like, extra packages. So definitely check them out if it's not hidden somewhere. This is maybe Cloud Native or something. Contributor. He's become Cloud Native contributor. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Open source initiative. So yeah, it says just join. No, let's just go opensource.org. So this is just pretty much protecting what definition there. Of course, you have GitHub education. So if you're a student, you can get stuff from there. I think the same thing applies to Major League Hacking. They have some hackathons. This, I think, is primarily America. Let's see, but yeah, they seem to have a few more things. And Dev, yeah, they have the Hacktoberfest writing challenge, which I need to write. Let's see, we have Quora or Quora, Cloudflare, DigitalOcean. So I think also one big thing, they might be kind of scanning it these companies, and then they might send you offers based on your participation. They might not necessarily advertise it, not to give bad incentives. All right, everybody. I have still a lot of work to get to, so I will be closing it here. Thank you very much for joining me today. As a reminder, if you like what I'm doing and would like to support me in my endeavors, I do have a GitHub sponsors page. So you can go there, github.com/sponsor/storyteller CZ. So you can sponsor me there and you get some goodies back. Specifically access to sponsor newsletter, which I still need to finish today and send out for the previous months. Apologies for that. And if you want to, or if you're one of my sponsors, you get the links to join me on these streams if you want to ask me or talk about something specific, which I think for next week, when we talk again about mantra, will be super exciting on that. If you want to also have a call, so that's for consulting. So if you want to consult with me about something or have an issue in Meteor that you would like to pair program or do anything like that, then I'm at your disposal. So yeah, that was call.com/storyteller, github.com/sponsor/storytellercz. And if you are interested, to kind of get me maybe more into your company, I also offer retainers for companies. So feel free to get in touch with me and I'll be happy to discuss with you. So that would be hello@jandvorak.me. And yeah, without further ado, thank you very much. And I will see you next week or on Friday for Meet Your Dispatches. So with that, have a great week and